I am not being dramatic when I say the Google trial that started today could literally change the world. Like, if you care about disinformation, hate websites, scammers, or basically any of the stuff that people are referencing when they say the internet broke our brains, this trial could change it. Let me tell you why. First, some context. This is boring, but it's so important, so please suck it up. The digital ad tech industry is huge. I'm talking 700 billion with a B dollars a year huge. And there's basically no oversight because it's pretty much all automated, which means advertisers and the agencies representing them take their ad budgets and hand them over to companies like Google who say, we will make sure that your ad gets this many eyeballs from these kinds of people. And advertisers say, amazing, thank you so much, and like take their word for it. Seriously, they often have no idea where their ads actually end up. I shit you not, this is a $700 billion industry that has very little accountability for who is actually getting all of that money. And that means it can end up funding websites full of hate and disinformation. I know that because I've literally been investigating it for over a year, and I've caught them doing it. Now, this might be the part where you ask, Rachel, if an ad tech company like Google promises, say, the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, that it won't put their ads on spicy content, which they do, but then puts their ads on spicy content, which they did, can't the advertiser just take their money elsewhere and stop funding stuff they disagree with? Yeah, that brings us back here. Because according to the Department of Justice, Google has a monopoly in the digital ad industry. Like, this image from the Department of Justice shows a very simplified version of the path an ad takes from its birth in some marketing department to a website you click on. And it shows you that Google has between a 40 and 90% market share of every step in that process. Google did this by being like, hey, do you want to advertise on Google search? Also a monopoly. What about YouTube? Well, then you have to use us to advertise. And if websites want those advertiser dollars, well, they have to use Google too. And one of the many problems with monopolies is that they can screw you over, but you have to keep coming back. And when the $700 billion ad industry screws over its consumers, that can bankroll a disinformation crisis. So breaking up Google, if it's proven to be a monopoly, could change that, and therefore change what gets funded on the internet. That is a huge deal. What do you think?